Welcome everyone. It is April the 5th, 2024, and we are still in the middle of our Lurion Chakra, which is the universal law of instantaneous transmission and transformation, which means it's very much connected to truth. Truth sets us free, and it's instantaneous when it happens. And the ninth dimension with Albert Einstein, and truth is being described to us by Archangel Michael, Archangel Uriel, and Archangel Gabriel. It is a mighty trio talking about truth. And of course, Sonakamara will be discussing the law, which we're not quite close to. This truth, this transcript all about truth is amazing. It just goes on and on. Michael gives us lots and lots of information. So there's going to be a few more days on truth. And truth is very much connected to his mission of peace. And we're going to learn all about the blue flame right here. Archangel Michael's blue flame of truth. And up here it says, what is the expression of my infinite potential today? And that is the wording to say when we're working with the blue flame, or what Michael would like us to say. Because we're all here to understand our infinite potential, and within that is peace on earth. So let's just jump right into this blue flame. I found oh yeah, Darren.
I got a question. Why did you make the color of infinite basically, I guess, the same color as truth?
Usually I do it the same color as truth. Here, I think infinite is more connected to the mother energy and eternal to the father for some reason, because they talk about the father and eternal and infinite and the mother. So the mother and the father energy is slightly different. They are one and the same, but slightly different. But infinite, sometimes I'll do it blue, sometimes I'll do it silver. Silver is a color that is very much connected to the mother. So we have, if you see my this where I've drawn the human being magenta for our mastery, there is a silver cord that goes straight up to source, and Archangel Michael will say always through the mother. We go through the mother first to the father. I'm not sure if it's absolutely necessary, but the silver, that making the silver connect to the blue of the mother. But often I will do infinite, that silver color, just because it's connected to truth very much. Infinite, our infinite truth. But I think some of these words can be related to different beings and their rays. But infinite I found to be connected to the mother more than the father. But it's it's up for interpretation as well.
Okay,
it's
thank you.
Going with the teachings or what the wording is in the channelings. Yep, Steve.
It may be that infinite has to do with quantity, an infinite quantity of. The mother is in charge of the material world, right? Whereas eternal doesn't have to do with quantity.
Yeah,
it has to do with duration of whatever.
Yeah, like there's lots of ways to interpret the words. When I look them up, that's why I often look them up in the dictionary. Because I'll get a sense, and then usually I'm like, well, why do I have this sense? And I'll look it up, and the word will relate to the mother energy. That was nice to get a definition, so I could look it up. That's probably the best thing to do. But if you're working with the blue flame, I couldn't believe how many Buddhas I found sitting in blue. Like if you Google blue and Buddha or blue flame, often it's the Buddha sitting in this blue flame. So I don't know, the Buddha's not usually related to blue, but like according to the teachings of, the Council of Love, it's more magenta. But I just thought we're learning to be like Buddhas. So pretend you're a Buddha and sit in the blue flame. It's really fun to do. It brings so much clarity. If you're curious about anything, just sit in blue and just ask for clarity. It comes in. It just comes in. And you'll feel your mastery. So yeah, it's a fun thing to do. So I just put that there so you can envision it for yourself, and you can surround the planet in blue, because we want all of humanity to understand clarity. I mean, if they really got why we're all here, we'd never fight with each other. We just accept things and be peaceful and loving. That cycle of conflict would be gone. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, and I've made all the laws blue because they're the movement of the mother, basically. You can relate them to her movement. The law, the actual like the framework is the law, and then within the law is the movement of the information and our movement, how we are embodying this way of being to ascend, remember how things work in the higher realm. So it's just good to see them from the bottom to the top, from sacred purpose to completion and continuity. We're right here at the Lurion, instantaneous transmission and transformation. So we've done quite a few already, but all they're doing is guiding us deeper and deeper into the heart and how to be how the beings are in the higher realms. So it's very practical information. And there's all the blessings and virtues from compassion. And you can see this compassion really relates to the green of the heart, and then also the magenta of the third eye. Yeah, so they relate to the colors of the chakras. And again, the colors are healing. Oh, it's just pretty amazing how how they all work together. And color, just breathe any color, and it's healing. Okay, so this is Archangel Michael and Raphael. Starting with Raphael at the top, there is no difference between healing and creation. So healing is love, creation is our joy, the golden energy of the laws being the framework. Truth, see, truth is the divine knowing, what you think of as supreme intelligence, wisdom, substance, inspiration, ideas, and love is the expression and how that is experienced. So just think of love like the water, and the truth is like the substance of our bodies, the framework of the laws, the skeletal structure, the trunk of the tree, the leaves of the tree. I mean, you can just, it's so beautiful how Michael said, love is the fuel, love is the substance, love is the movement, love is everything. And then when Gabrielle described joy, she said, you are the substance of love and the matter of joy. You are the embodiment of that essence of laughter and the tinkling of gladness, the song of freedom, that's our peace. All of these are interwoven as one, interwoven uniquely into your tapestry and into your being. So, I mean, the wording of what love is and what truth is pretty. Thank you, Michael, for that clarity. Yes, Ken.
What is the difference between tapestry and your being?
Into your tapestry and into your being. So I would imagine the tapestry is more like the field. You know how we had the picture of all the different fields?
Right.
There's our causal, which is all our past lives, our mental, our emotional. And then in the being is us.
Okay.
In physicality. But
Gotcha.
every being has many fields. So it's a big picture what we're working with. Hopefully I have a picture of, okay, do we want, has anyone had any insights into, like, when we say this invocation, clarity about something? I know, Steve, you've been working cycle of conflict. Yeah, with success. I've been working that too. Yeah. I got to the point where I'm not fighting anywhere. I'm just standing back watching. Yeah. It's a really interesting where I'm at. I'm not standing up for myself anymore. I'm just knowing the truth. I am this truth, and I know my truth, and I don't need to prove it to anybody.
Great deal.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's from doing this invocation. Again, other things too, but has anybody else been having success like from the invocation knowingly? No. Okay. Okay, well,
Yeah.
do we want to do the invocation again? Do you want to say it out loud?
Please. Yes.
Sure, yeah.
All right, let's do it. I invoke the Lurion Chakra,
Chakra of
divine blessing and virtue of truth, the universal law of instantaneous transmission and transformation, the ninth dimension, the Divine Mother's clarity, and Archangel Michael's blue flame of truth for completion of cycles, for perfect alignment with who I am, with who we are. Okay, so that's going to bring us right into the middle where we're at peace. All right, so here we are. This is the Lurion chakra. This is the colors of it. The blues, the darker blues, the lighter blue, the smoky blues, the lighter blues, the mauves, the pinks, and there's purple right in the middle. And so this chakra is a bridge to a higher level of unspoken communication. So instantaneous transmission is also connected to our telepathy. We'll just be open to that merging more and more and more, connected to our truth. And even just saying, I know my truth helps bring you into the middle. Whenever you're dealing with any kind of conflict or distress in the physical form, saying, I know my truth helps bring us right into the middle, into the clarity, into the truth of the situation. Okay, so truth is clarity. Truth is simply light and love. It is the wholeness of knowing. It is factual information that can stand and does stand alone, whether people know it or not. Truth is. For example, the divine is a supreme knowing, whether anyone in this room or on this planet knows this matters not. That truth cannot be altered. Wisdom is the virtue of having the good sense to know, understand that truth. Truth is the color of silver with tinges of pink and lilac. And there's Archangel Uriel's silver flame of truth. There's Archangel Michael's blue flame of truth, because truth is clarity, which is blue. And then Michael also says truth is the divine knowing, what you may think of as supreme intelligence, similar to what he said here. Supreme knowing, wisdom, substance. So truth is like the framework as well. Inspiration, ideas, and love is the expression and how that is experienced. So love is the movement, and truth is the fuel, which is our power, and the substance as well. So the framework of the laws makes sense. Okay. Here's the fields. And I figured out why the blue one, this is the causal, connected to past lives and our higher self. Why would it be blue? Because we're learning that everything is forgiven. All those lifetimes where we have abused power and everything. That's why that field is blue in this picture. And then this green is the mental. We want a mental to get to loving, 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 loving every thought. And then we want that to sink into the emotional. This is our I am. The I am energy that's very close to the body, connected to completion, connected to the crown chakra, connected to knowing how things work in the higher realms. And then it sinks into the physical form. So if we're in forgiveness of everything and love and working with our I am, boom, that's perfect healing. So it's just really allowing that energy of the bigger picture of our fields to sink into the physical form. And that's when I do sound healings, I'm showing this picture to the people that I'm working with, and I'm explaining this is what I'm doing when I'm working in the field. And the interesting thing is when I use the sound bowl, it will glitch when there is a I'm hitting on some kind of pain. It's really interesting how it works. The sound bowl will actually glitch. So then I'll go back and I'll go into the field and just work. I don't even know how I do it, but I work the sound bowl different ways and it smooths it out. And I think that's how the healing is happening. It's really, really interesting.
So what is the glitch like?
The sound bowl will skip.
Or
Or-
skip? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
or it will literally stop and I'm still like using it properly. It will stop and the person will feel it and hear that. Yeah.
Oh,
And then I've been working the gong. The gong is like a clock and I can go to different dimensions and different pains will actually come up in the physical body. Because I've got one lady, she says, oh, this is what's happening. And I'm like, oh, good. I'm learning how the dimensions relate to the physical pain. It's extraordinary. So this picture is super important. If you can memorize this picture and just know to work on the mental, to get to love, the causal to be in the blue energy of the mother, clarity, understanding, hope, and forgiveness of everything, and the equality of the mother, the father, the one, the gender equality, you know, between the masculine and the feminine and the self really in gender equality. Then that sinks into the mental field, into the emotional field, into the body. Yeah, Steve.
You might want to make a screen capture of this
And
particular slide.
and send it out.
No, I'm talking to the other folks. You might
Oh
want
yeah,
to
you can take a
screen-
screenshot of it for sure.
screen capture of it, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
What's that?
I would like it to be sent out. Yes, please.
Yeah,
You
sure.
can shot it too.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Mhm.
That's what I did.
Yeah, good. Yeah, it's a great one I'm gonna blow it up and put it like on the ceiling here where I do the healings and in the reading room. So people can
Cool.
just look at it. Yeah. And just know, like, once you understand this, you're off to the races. Okay. So now we're into truth. So this is Archangel Michael. He says, so you have brought up an important point because people will say, well, I know myself. And he goes on. So often what is surprising is that is in fact a diminished, limited statement, because so often it is said, I know myself, I know my limitations, I know my faults, I know my strengths. It is that seesaw and not in the balance of simply being in your divinity and in the truth of who you are, which is a reflection and a spark directly from the heart of one, birthed directly from the Divine Mother. So he's saying, stay in the middle, stay in I know my truth, not in, and he goes on here. So when you say, I know my truth, and you are looking and connecting on your silver cord with the Divine Mother, Father One, through the mother always. This is where, that's where he says it. So silver cord through the mother always, then there can be no shortcomings. There is, and this is a big, let me digress, because in many situations and shows, An Hour with an Angel, we talk about these stages of ascension. One of the stages is to completely release denial. We have talked of judgment and how there is not room, but so often there is denial, fundamental denial of your divine spark of truth, of that direct alignment. There is a denial of the human potential for perfection. I'm not perfect, I'm human. Do you really, in any reality, believe, conceive, or know that the Divine Mother births anything less than her divine perfection? So the truth, my beloved light workers, love holders, the truth of who you are is you are perfect. And this is connected to the universal law of instantaneous transmission and transformation, because when we really get that we are perfect, We're not seesawing out in the negative and the positive. We're right in the middle, in the balance, in truth. So this is where I know my truth is so fantastic to say. Okay. So when you say, I know my truth, and you are looking and connecting on your silver cord with the Divine Mother, Father One, through the Mother always, then there can be no shortcomings. And then he says, now you would interrupt me and you would say, yes, warts and all. And I say, no, no warts. See, this is how all the blessings and virtues are interwoven, because acceptance of your truth is also acceptance of your beauty. And of course you would do this. Who would deny the beauty of the Mother? So what the humans, the collective, what you are doing is coming to a place where you accept your wholeness, the fullness of your infinite potential. That was the miracle and is the miracle of your ascension. It is the closing of the circle of the fullness of your potential, of your truth in form, which got lost and now is refound. Yes, Darren.
So is it saying that the warts are part of your beauty?
Well, you can say that, or you can, he's just saying, remember who your perfection. So he's saying there are no warts.
But what if you see warts physically?
You mean physical warts?
Yeah.
I don't think he means that.
Mm-mm.
Well, if you've manifested a physical wart, then you're not believing in the truth of yourself, I think. Yeah. So I think he's saying, like, just believe in, like, the blessings and virtues are the, like, right in the middle. So when you're right in the middle, it's hard to manifest a wart, I think. Yes, Ken, before you forget what you're going to say.
Well, this is the Lillian.
Oh, Lillian, hi.
My interpretation of that is the Divine Mother sees you, sees your soul, sees you as beautiful, perfect, lovely, gorgeous, absolutely perfect. There are no warts, Darren. You are just absolutely, positively the most wonderful, wonderful, wonderful human being there ever was.
Yes.
She could
Well,
not possibly see any warts in you at all.
well, I agree completely. I'm sure that's how the Mother sees me. But
Well,
if I see warts, that means I still have some work to do to get to that state, right?
no, you are perfect now. Absolutely perfect
At
in
a higher
this
level.
moment.
So then I have a perfect wart.
Basically, yeah.
Yes, Steve.
You guys are arguing about levels. At this level, yeah, you're perfect. At this level, you're still perfect, but the consciousness isn't capable of seeing that in the third dimension very often anyways. So we're talking about levels, right? Yes, you're perfect up here.
Right.
I don't
But
know.
I think Michael's wanting us to see our perfection in the third dimension.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Mhm.
But we're in the fourth dimension now.
Oh, we're in all of them. We're in all the
Right.
dimensions. It's like, it's not like we're cleaning up the third so we don't think on a seesaw.
Oh,
That's what we're
okay.
doing, because it's just the old third that's the belief systems. They're gone. And now we're really remembering who we truly are. The third dimension is unbelievable. It's
But-
it's beautiful.
But now it's like, if we can accept that we're angels, and if we can go this next step and we can accept that we're perfect, which we are,
Mhm.
then this will filter out into the world.
Mhm.
This is what Archangel Michael is asking us to do
Yes,
now.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I agree too.
Mhm. Yep, and the mother's
Wonderful.
clarity is very helpful. Because if everybody understood this blue clarity, then
Right.
we'd be there. Yeah.
So all we have, it's not, I mean, it's not as if you think about it. See, this is what it took me a while to accept the fact that I was an angel. I didn't overnight, I didn't go. It took me a couple weeks, and I pondered and pondered and thought and thought. And then all of a sudden one day it was like, yes, I am an angel.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that wonderful? It
Mm-hmm.
felt so good.
Yeah.
And now it's like, okay, now we ponder. We're perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh my gosh, this is going to feel really good.
Oh, you bet. Hmm.
I know.
You bet.
And it's like, this is, I mean, and it's like, and it's not an ego thing. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah,
It's
no.
not an
Mhm.
ego thing.
Mhm.
It's not, well, I'm perfect.
Mhm.
It's, I'm perfect because the Divine Mother sees me as perfect.
It's truth.
Yeah.
Mhm. Beautiful. It's funny we bring that up. I did a reading with one of the staff members last week, and she said she had no problem accepting the teachings these teachings, because this is what I talk about in the readings. She said, because I was so excited about them. So I think you can get excited about your perfection. Because it is exciting. Like, it's really fun to know that this is who we really are.
Yeah.
Mhm. And we have infinite potential.
Right.
We have infinite potential. She said, yes, Steve.
Oh, did you want to finish your sentence?
No, it's okay.
Okay. Um, when at Xenia, when I have the sight of the self, which was moderated, right? But what wasn't moderated was I also had the experience of my own innocence and purity, and I've mentioned this to the group before. That was liberating, to see that I'm not born in sin, right?
Mhm.
Just the knowledge of that and the experience of innocence and purity. So
Mhm.
I didn't experience perfection, but I assumed that the experience of perfection would be similar,
Yes. Yeah, yeah,
transforming, just
yeah.
transforming.
Yeah, perfection is definitely impurity.
Mm-hmm.
Babies come in on that impurity. It's like a white light, and they're perfect. They're so
Yeah, right.
so perfect. Yeah. So I would imagine you felt perfection, actually, that like
Maybe. Yeah,
mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Certainly wiped out a seeming imperfection, being born in sin, right?
Yeah.
It wiped that out. That was gone.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you. And Darren.
Yeah, well, I can accept what you're saying. And perhaps to some degree I have even experienced it, but how do you hold that perfection in third dimension or whatever dimension you want to?
You can. Comes and goes and comes and goes and comes and goes.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
what I
but
say. How do you hold it?
focusing on the blessings and virtues, like he says here, focusing on this information and getting excited about whatever, because we're all bringing, like Steve brought in purity right there. I brought in joy. I'm like, I'm so excited. Woohoo. And I think it was Michael that told me I am some kind of something for joy. So that,
Kamara. Sanat Kamara.
yeah.
But you're here to bring spontaneity and you're a system buster, break out of the mold.
Yeah, so to me that's the most exciting. So figure out why you're so excited to be here, and it really helps. Or just keep focusing on these blessings and virtues of the mother. Even one like what we're doing, we're in truth right now. You immerse yourself in truth. Oh my gosh, you're there. And that's why we're doing all this information over and over and over. So we're immersed in it. And there's no room for anything but perfection when we're immersed in this. Or remembering. And Michael goes on here. He talks about remembering. So here's the blessings and virtues. I mean, we've studied compassion, humility, fortitude, awe, the magic one, joy with Gabriel, prudence with Saint Bernadette. We did it twice. And then we did charity with Saint Francis. Now we're on to truth with the mighty ones. I mean, it's extraordinary information. We're so lucky. Okay. And then just remembering that the framework is all around us in nature. You love nature, Darren. And the sun's coming down, that's a power and a framework. The trees are love, and you know, they're the substance connected to our truth, connected to love. You know, this is the movement of the water. Every breath you breathe is filled with the mother and the father. It's just being conscious in the moment, I think. And clearing out the field really helps. So I'll start sending out, when I work with the mat, the crystal mat that I have, I'm going to just start sending it to everybody in the group every time I do work with it. Yeah, Darren.
Yeah, well, it's easy to do that when you're out in nature. That's no problem at all. But it's coming back to civilization that's a problem.
Well, but you're breathing the mother and father in every breath, though. So it's imagination as well. Intention, the beginnings of intention are imagination. You probably have this beautiful routine every morning you get up, you set intentions, you do meditation, you're putting yourself in the zone with all the routine, the consistent routine that you have.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay. So, what I did notice with myself was what the mat does as well. It clears out electronic pollution.
Oh, that's a big one.
So ask for your guides to clear your field. It made a huge difference. I totally forgot class. My whole field was cleared out, and I forgot time. I wasn't in any type of time. It was, yeah. So just keep asking for help as well.
Oh, I do. Yeah. I always ask DK for protection and help. Yeah.
Yeah, but ask for inspiration and ask for excitement. Forget about protection. You are protected. Your guides are protected.
No. I dropped it a little bit there, so I had to pick it up again.
Well, okay. Well, then what I would say, if you want to get right back to basics, just keep saying, I know my truth, because that's your perfection over and over.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's so powerful. Yes, Steve. Yeah, sorry.
No, that's fine. I just wanted to say one thing, Darren, and if that's something you want to pursue, then we could do it after class. And that one thing is that there's no spiritual experience I'm aware of that is permanent below ascension. Sahaja Nirvikalpa Samadhi is strong enough to expunge all your vasanas, which is necessary before you enter a higher dimension anyways. But nothing else is. You know, Brahmayana is not strong enough. Cosmic consciousness not strong. So does that make sense to you?
Yeah, so you're saying that's a quality of the third dimension then, really?
Which is that?
Which is not being able to hold higher dimensions.
Yeah, well, it's a quality of the third dimension that it doesn't have whatever it needs to host the experience of Sahaja Nirvikalpa Samadhi.
Right.
When you have that experience, you're in the higher dimension.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Now, that experience is simply a full and permanent heart opening. That's all it is. The heart opens fully, like a balloon, that's been twisted, you untwist it, the whole thing is now open, right? So that's why Sahaja is so important. Thank you.
Don't forget what Michael says here. There are no shortcomings.
No, of course. Yeah, it's all, up here, but
Yeah. Yeah, so this is why I'm saying, he says, you know, really focus on the blessings and virtues of the perfection of yourself, because that's who you are. We are the blessings and virtues. We are perfect. Mhm. So, I mean, and I think what's happened with this ascension, because it's never been done before, we're given this information as a guidebook by the Divine Mother to remember who we are. And he goes on to talk about that, actually. Well, here he's talking about his expression of my infinite potential, but okay, just wait. Okay. It says, that is why I say to you, I come at a very exciting time, and we are excited. This is the shift. This is the opening to the fullness of the consciousness of your being, of your heart. That is why I speak so forcefully. I know, we all know that in that infinite knowing, we can never convince you of your perfection. But if you know your truth, then this you know. So they're not trying, they said, we can never convince you, but if you know your truth, then you know you are perfect.
No, I get that. Yeah, for sure.
And he does say more. Yeah, here he says, I know we all know that in that infinite knowing, we can never convince you of your perfection. But if you know your truth, then this you know. Yes, that's very powerful. And just,
So,
yeah, go ahead.
so you just have to keep striving for that truth until you have the knowing.
Just remembering. He goes on a little bit. I'm hoping it's the next slide, but he talks about remembering. All we're doing is remembering.
Yeah.
Remembering who we truly are. And if you say this, I know my truth, it actually opens up the clarity. So we remember and remember. And this ascension is all about that. That's why it's so different. We're remembering, we're closing the circle. It's time now for the circle to close. And like Lilian said, opening to remember that you are angelic. That, yes, Lilian.
Let it sink in, Darren. Don't go into your head. Let it sink into your heart.
Yes.
Let it sink
No.
into your body.
Yeah, I agree.
This
It's got to come from the heart. That's the
Yeah.
only way to know anything, really.
Right. So you need to let it filter through your body and your heart and
Filter through my hard head.
Yeah, but also your fields too, because our
Yeah.
fields are polluted. So no, you're cleaning your field and that's floating. It's just naturally floating into you. Yeah. If you can ask your guides to clean out the electronic debris that's in the fields, because we're all connected to the internet, and there's a lot of debris on the internet. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I think that's why I'm feeling so good, because that's what the mat was doing. It's cleaning out the field and the electronic pollution. Yeah.
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 As opposed to magnetism, which is the energy we're going to. Electricity is what we're leaving, and magnetism is the energy we're going to.
Well, I think we're leaving the pollution of the electrical forces or electromagnetic forces. It's the pollution we want to leave, not electricity. We need that always.
Yeah. So
But I don't mean that we're leaving electricity as in it flowing through your wires. I mean that the electric stage of evolution, we're leaving that stage of evolution and entering a stage of evolution that's affected by magnetism rather than electricity. But just listen to what people are saying. You'll hear them stressing magnetism more.
Well, I don't know. I think they both go together like the mother father. So, they're one and the same.
And that's what Albert Einstein described in one of the dimensions. I think it was the 6th dimension. He talked about that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So when you say, I know my truth, you are looking and connecting on your silver cord with the Divine Mother, Father One, through the Mother always. So this is the clarity. Through the Mother's clarity, we understand truth. Truth is clarity. Clarity is truth. Then there can be no shortcoming. So we're working with the mother's clarity, and then truth, they say, is a little bit more masculine. So there's the masculine. It's amazing how if you can get back into your past and bless your mother and your father, you're actually blessing the divine mother and the divine father, because we're all reflections of her and him. And if you can get to the point where there's no resentment around your own mother and father, like none, it feels there's no control there. You've let go of control. Because I think that's a big issue that we tend to have. We want to hang on to who's right and who's wrong. And when you let that go, there's no war. You have your peace within. Yeah. Okay, so it didn't come up as a remembering part, but that'll be the next part. But I just wanted to go over what Albert Einstein says about the ninth dimension. So it engenders completion, and this is often a challenge for human beings. It is the understanding of the pattern of growth for each cycle of life and existence. It is the embracing of completion. So Darren, you could even invoke the law of completion. So you've had enough.
Well, that's it. I'm done. I'm finished.
That's right. Just to keep invoking the law of completion. It is anchored and made manifest in the human being by the ability to let go, to reach resolution, to continue on in joy. So that's your excitement. Get excited about something. To accept and participate in the unfoldment. The quality of this dimension is truth. The growth pattern of this dimension is easily discernible in human beings. And he goes on. The most significant anchoring of this dimension's quality is when a baby is born. They choose consciously and fully aware to relinquish their state of angelic freedom, to come into form, to continue with a new cycle in order to be of service and have a unique human experience. That momentous event could not take place unless the spirit coming into form had fully embraced the qualities of the ninth. That is what humans so often fail to understand, that the growth patterns of the other dimensions are already present within the third dimension when the child is born. They are as undeniable as the rings on an ancient oak tree, not seen from the outside, but present nevertheless. It is the truth of the core essence. So they're saying all the dimensions are available to us from the third. And that's our perfection and our wholeness right there. We come in with it. That's our core essence, the truth of our core essence. This is who we truly are. The choice.
Well,
Yes.
except for all the barnacles we have.
Well, those are the warts that Archangel Michael said aren't real. You're being funny. The choice in the human third reality is simply whether or not you will allow those qualities to be brought to the surface. The same quality is seen in the completion of life, of the ability to resolve and embrace the next chapter of existence. The same is true of the growth patterns, of resolution of old patterns, relationships, habits, addictions, and jobs. When you practice completion, you are drawing on the energy of the ninth dimension. You are pulling to you the knowledge and patterning of that reality. So the ninth dimension is really about completion of these old patterns, relationships, habits, addictions, jobs that are not of love. Just knowing like we're here to be in our joy, really excited about life. And yeah, Darren.
I think it's important here, that first line where it says, you allow those qualities to be brought to the surface. I think that's an important part of it. Eh?
Well, and Michael calls it remembering, just remembering who you are. Yeah. Allowing, acceptance, remembering, these are all blue. The clarity of the mother. Yeah, Steve.
Actually, if a wisp of bliss comes up, and it comes up in all of us, right? We just don't recognize it. But what he calls remembering is also an act of recognizing. If I recognize that wisp of bliss, it opens up immediately. and becomes a full experience of bliss.
Mhm.
And that's in the third dimension, right? Or fourth dimension, whatever we're in. I also wanted to point out that I'm experiencing bliss and I'm in the fourth dimension. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not that we leave this dimension. We don't. The human body is here, but I am experiencing a higher dimensional quality bliss.
Mhm.
Does that,
It's in, yeah, bliss is in many of the dimensions, actually.
yeah,
So,
that's right, 9,
yeah,
10.
yeah, the dimensions are like spiraling all around us. And so we are in and out of all the classrooms and the understandings of them. It's like we go into a classroom and learn more. And then we can go into another classroom and learn more, into another classroom and learn more, but we're always anchored in the third in our physicality. But as we remember who we truly are, we have access to all those classrooms, which are really exciting. And in those classrooms are no warts.
No higher dimensional classroom.
Just barnacles, huh?
There's no, there aren't. It's only in the old third. And that it's not real. That's the only place that we seem to think they are, but they're not. They're not even there. So
teasing.
yeah.
He was teasing.
Yeah. Um,
Who, me?
there was
Yeah.
something I was going to say about the dimensions, but yeah, I mean, they're all fully available to us. The more we really are in our self-love and self-worth, because Archangel Gabriel said, we barred ourselves from the higher dimensions. We couldn't even get to the fourth or the second or the first when Earth was at its worst. We were stuck in the old third. Yeah. But now it's all opened up. Yeah. It's amazing. These teachings, like they're opening them wide up for the world, basically. Yeah. Yes, that's us. All right. Okay. Shall we send some love?
Let's
Okay.
do it.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
yeah.
Cancel that. And how much? Shall we do 10 minutes? And where shall we send it?
Sadie,
Okay.
Let's send it to Darren
Moody.
because he's
Let's send it to Darren.
You want me to pass it on?
Okay.
that's right. To the whole world.
Okay. We're
Sure,
gonna.
I can do that.
Okay. Why don't we send the truth and clarity out to the world? Truth is clarity. Send it out to Darren, to Sadie, and to Mickey. Yeah, maybe to
Yeah.
Ricky too, Leanne's dad.
How about the eclipse?
For the eclipse. Yeah.
And
It takes clarity to know the truth. It takes a person with clarity to know the truth, right? That's the relationship for me between clarity and the truth, right? Does that make sense? No?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
and then peace, right?
What?
Yes. Peace.
And then peace, because you've got that clarity of truth, and then you feel peace in peace
That's
Yes.
right.
and
Yeah.
alignment.
Yeah, real peace. I mean,
Yeah.
not intellectual peace or something, but real peace, yes. Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Heart conscious peace. Okay, let's send it all out to the world and out to specific people. Okay. You can put yourselves on mute if you want. There we go. See you all in 10 minutes. Yeah, it's 10 minutes. Goes by so fast.
Mm.
Mm. That was a good one. Okay.
I figured out that my truth is to tease Darren.
Okay, good.
Hey, right on, go for it.
Some humor. We love that. Yes, we need that. Good. Good. Thank
Yeah,
you.
humor is always good.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Kathleen, can I just share?
Mhm.
Uh, For some reason, I was connecting to, it was the monoliths you were talking about, Steve?
That's,
Yes. And it just came in and I was vibrating and then I was connecting them to all of us. It was really powerful, really powerful. Yeah.
wow.
So
got
it was amazing. It was joyful. It was blissful.
Yay! That's it.
It was the truth.
Yeah. It was the truth. Yeah.
Good work. Beautiful.
And
Beautiful.
that's the truth.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Amen.
Amen.
Be the
Well,
man.
Yeah. Couldn't think of her there.
okay. Well, on that note, how about if I stop the recording? I'm just going to thank everybody for being here, and we'll be back again next next Wednesday. Oh, I just have to find the recording button. Where did it go?
Mhm.
There it is. I found it. Okay.